Welcome to A Slice with Dice, a place for honest conversations about the realities of education. I'm Corey Alderdice, Executive Director of the Arkansas School for Mathematics, Sciences, and the Arts. I've spent nearly 2 decades navigating the joys, challenges, and unexpected moments that come with leading schools. Each week, I'll share what works, what doesn't, and everything in between when it comes to igniting the full potential of our communities. I'm excited to share this journey with you, so let's get started. Today, we're diving into one of the most frustrating parts of the college admissions process: the things you can't control. That's right, we're talking about the human side of admissions, where randomness, biases, and institutional quirks play a much bigger role than you'd think. Here's a statistic I find often surprises students. At highly selective universities, admissions officers often face the daunting task of reviewing tens of thousands of applications within a limited time frame. To manage this, they may spend as little as 5 to 8 minutes on an initial review of each application, focusing on key components like academic records, test scores, and personal statements. The rapid assessment helps them determine which applications warrant a more competitive evaluation. Now, keep in mind, these figures can vary based on the institution's specific processes and the volume of applications they receive. But let's set the stage with some additional bad news. Your control over the admissions process is far less than you might imagine. You can perfect your essays, ace your exams, and lead every club in your school, but there's still a lot happening behind closed doors that's out of your hands. Take, for instance, who reads your file. The admissions office might have dozens of first readers, and which one ends up with your application can make a world of difference. Maybe the reader is someone who loves quirky, sarcastic essays, and your writing style clicks with them. Or maybe they've just had a rough day. Maybe their dog died, or they're working through their 3rd cup of coffee this afternoon, and your dry humor falls flat. The thing is, you'll never know, and that's the point. Admissions officers are human, and their moods, biases, and personal preferences inevitably creep into their work. Then there's when your file gets read. Timing, as they say, is everything. If your application comes up right after the admissions officer just read about a student who's developing a cure for cancer, your accomplishments might feel less dazzling by comparison. Now, on the flip side, if your essay follows one that's riddled with typos and vague platitudes, you might look like a rock star. And let's be honest, reading your file at 10 a.m. on a well-caffeinated Tuesday is different from tackling it at 4 p.m. on a Friday when the reader's mind is already halfway to the weekend. It doesn't stop there. The letters of recommendation you carefully chose might not land as you intended. Now, picture this. A teacher writes, "She's not afraid to ask questions when she doesn't understand." In some contexts, that's a glowing endorsement of curiosity and humility. But not everyone reads it that way. One person might see it as praise, another might interpret it as a sign of academic struggle. It all depends on the reader's perspective, and again, you have no control over that. And let's not forget the systemic quirks. Maybe you're an incredible athlete, but you weren't born with the kind of talent that makes colleges sit up and take notice. Maybe your parents didn't go to that college or any college at all, and you're competing against applicants with legacy status. Maybe your grandparents don't have their name etched onto the side of the library. It's not fair, but it is a reality. Colleges have institutional priorities that don't always align with merit, and those priorities can shift from year to year. One year, a school might be looking for more physics majors. At the next school, they might prioritize recruiting from a certain geographic region. These are decisions you can't anticipate or influence. Even decisions you make about your high school coursework can get twisted in ways you'd never expect. I once heard a story about a student who wanted to take a pottery class her senior year. She loved it, but it meant dropping an AP course. Her worry? that her top choice college might not value her decision. Here's the kicker. If a college doesn't respect you choosing something you're passionate about, is it really the right fit? And that's a tough question, but it gets to the heart of how much of this process can be beyond logic. And here's where things get even trickier. You'll never know why you didn't get in. Was it one specific thing or a combination of factors? Did you miss by a hair or by a mile? Admissions offices rarely, if ever, share these details, leaving you to wonder what went wrong or if anything did at all. So where does that leave us? It's tempting to feel powerless, but here's the truth. While there's a lot you can't control, there's also a lot you can. Focus on presenting the best version of yourself in your application or interview. Write essays that feel true to who you are, not who you think they want you to be. Choose recommenders who know you well and can tell your story authentically. And remember, the admissions process is just one moment in a much larger journey. At the end of the day, the decisions made in an admissions office do not define you. They don't measure your worth, your potential, or what you will go on to achieve. Life is full of arbitrary moments, and this won't be the last time you encounter one. But here's the good news. Even when things don't go as planned, they usually turn out just fine. Often, better than fine.
A Slice with Dice is a production of the Arkansas School for Mathematics, Sciences, and the Arts. I hope today's reflection sparked some thoughts for your own journey. If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe, share, and leave a review. Let's keep learning and leading together. Until next time, keep striving for growth and excellence. Thanks for tuning in.